Good day, this is Teacher Rowan. I'll be your guide in exploring Google Apps for education, for teaching and learning. In Google for Education, teachers can connect and collaborate easily while staying on task. It gives teachers the freedom to spend more time personalizing the learning experience and less time managing it. Students can learn essential skills such as 21st century problem solving, which they can use it in their future careers. As such, the accessibility features will also help and assist every learner to do their best work. Google offers different useful applications that we can use to connect education to technology. This will help our teachers as a 21st century educators to innovate and find ways on how to make teaching and learning more exciting, engaging, effective, and flexible to the demands of the society. Let's re-explore the education experience by discovering new angles to create, collaborate, and communicate as one. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Ang pagkatuto huwag gawing komplikado. Sulong edukalidad.
Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng ICT's Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del P. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon. It's once again time for Talk Tuesday with Sir DJ. Salamat Sir Wilbur sa iyong mabangis na introduction. And of course, maraming salamat sa ating Edtech unit, malulupet tao behind the scenes, guys. You guys are amazing. And of course, ikaw na nakatutok ngayon sa ating live, sa ating speech class, Talk Tuesday with Sir DJ. Maraming salamat sa iyo. Salute to everybody, everyone watching me right now. Salamat po at magkakasama tayong muli. Hello. So, big shout out to everyone here. Kung sino man po kayo, please comment down below para ma-shout out kayo ni Sir DJ. Alright. So, wag na nating patagalin because malupit yung topic natin ngayon. As I've mentioned in my post, if you guys are afraid of committing mistakes while speaking or while having your speech, delivering your reports, or whatever in class, this is the right place that you should be at. Tutulungan kayo ni Sir DJ on how you deal with mistakes. Alright? So, kagaya ng sinabi sa ating introduction, mapapanood ang ating speech class sa DepEd Educational Technology Unit page, DepEd Philippines, the DepEd tayo Facebook page, at sa YouTube, DepEd Edtech Unit, and DepEd TV, guys. So, ayun, as I have mentioned, it's another Talk Tuesday with Sir DJ. So, get ready to be blown away with what we are going to talk about for this afternoon. All right. Now, before we begin with our discussion, ito muna sabihin ko sa inyo, guys. Real talk agad. Wala nang sabi-sabi. Remember, to conquer your flaws, we must first learn to accept. What do I mean by this? If you agree, give me a thumbs up in our comment section. Bigyan ako ng thumbs up dyan kung agree kayo. Alright? Now, ang sinasabi natin dito, guys, it's not enough that you that you know your flaws. Hindi enough yun na alam mo lang. Kailangan you learn how to accept them as well. Kasi minsan, we know our flaws, but we don't believe that those things are our flaws. We don't accept the fact that we are having mistakes in that certain field. Right? So, alamin natin, kailangan ma-realize natin na, ay, dito pala ako may pagkukulang. Dito pala ako may mga flaws na kailangan kong ituloy. Alright? Now, remember, as I always say, mula ng una nating speech class session, everyone in the world makes mistakes. Bawat isa sa atin. We all make mistakes. Okay? No one in the world is perfect. Na walang kahit isa sa atin ang sasabi na, oy, never ako nagkamali. Alright. So, present po, Jericho Miguel Junio. Good afternoon, man. Shout out. Okay? So, lahat tayo dyan. So, hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na, I'm afraid of making mistakes kasi lagi na lang baka mali ako. Sila, okay sila. No! Nagkakamali rin po yan lahat. Even I myself, aminado si Sir DJ na may mga times na nagkakamali rin si Sir. And how are we going to deal with those mistakes? How are we going to deal with those errors? Now, since lagi natin ginagawa yung game natin na proper pronunciation, let's try to work things up a bit. So here are some common Filipino mistakes. Now, what's going to happen here is I will show you a statement that is wrong. Okay? And then you're going to tell me what's wrong with the statement. Okay? Sabihin niyo sa akin na, I guess ang mali dyan, sir, is itong part na. Alright? If you're up for that, thumbs up naman tayo sa comment section. Tingnan ko nga kung ready na kayo. Kung ready na yung mga viewers natin sa ating Talk Tuesday game. Let's work on it. Okay? Patingin. Shout out kay Kyrie Espinosa watching from Tarlac City, Burot Integrated School, Grade 7 side. Wow. Grade 7 nanonood sa ating Talk Tuesday. Ano ba? Yan, nice. That's nice. O si Ching, ayun siya, present si Ching. Okay. Now, here's the next thing we'll do. Ready na ba? Here's the first item. Now, what is wrong in this statement? We Filipinos always say tin number. What is wrong with that? Ate, saan po makikita yung tin number? What's wrong here? Did you tell me what's wrong here? Anong mali dito? Anyone? Type down in the comment section. Ano ba ang mali dyan sa tin number? Especially those who are in the stage of job hunting, probably alam nila ano yung tin number. Sinasabi lagi yan, tin number. What is tin number? Hey, from Edtech Unit. Hello po. Salute mga Lodi Cakes. So yan, ano nga po ba ang mali dito, guys? What do you think? Ano ang problema dyan? Asan po ba makikita yung tin number? Sabi ni Jesus Gabriel, number po yung N. Exactly, man. TIN stands for Tax Identification Number. So we don't say TIN number. Kasi parang mangyayari, we are looking for the Tax Identification Number. Right? So how do we fix this? So we can just say, where can I find the TIN? Right? Or ate saan ko makikita yung TIN? Not the TIN number. Alright? Very good kay Jesus Gabriel. Man, lupit mo. Alright. Next. What's wrong with this? I will going to, or she can able to. Minsan, narinig natin yan sa, minsan mga classmates natin nagre-report. So, sinasabi nila, I will going to, or she can able to, or he can able to, I can able to. What's wrong with this? Anong problema dito? Sabi ni Steph, tin lang, wala nang number. Very good. Tama naman tayo dyan. May number na po yung N. Hey. Sabi ni Boss Ariel. Hello po. Hello, Boss Ariel. Malulupit na mga tao sa DepEd Educational Technology Unit. Saludo tayo sa mga idol natin dyan. So anong mali dito, guys? What's wrong with this? I will going to, she can able to. What's the matter? Hello, Sir Ariel de los Santos. Hazel Laurel Iran. Number N po yung N. Yan. Number na po yung N. Yan. Tama. Can is synonymous to able. Exactly. Tama yun. Right? Ito yung ano ko eh. Actually, very special sa akin tong topic nito because this is the first topic I did for DepEd TV, man. The use of modals. Alright? Now, as I mentioned a while ago, sabi ko kanina, even Sir DJ make mistakes. Kahit ako, nagkakamali ako ng mga pronunciation. Actually, ito the way I read this statement is modals. But little did I know, all this time, it should be pronounced as modals. Although modals is accepted, modals is the better way to say it. Balik na po sa filming, Kuya DJ, sabi ni Boss Samir. Wait lang, man. Tapusin ko lang to. Will na going pa. Ayan na, nagagana si Sir Ariel. So we have to learn how to use our modals properly. Okay? Next, what's wrong with this statement? Lagi natin sinasabi, pa-Xerox. Hello po, where can I pa-Xerox this document? O iba nga, minsan, ang basa pa, pa-Xerox. Hello po, where can I pa-Xerox this document? What's wrong here? Ayan, ano po? What's wrong with pa-Xerox, man? We always say that. I think from high school hanggang college, minsan hanggang nagtatrabaho na tayo, we say pa-Xerox, pa-Xerox. What? What's wrong here? Exactly, sabi ni Ginoong Hamil Kiambao Carvajal, Xerox ay brand. Brand ng brand of a photocopy machine. So instead of saying pa-Xerox or pa-Xerox or whatever, we should say photocopy. Hello po, where can I photocopy this document? Exactly. Salamat sa ating mga participants. Pa-photocopy po dapat. Sabi ni Steph, pa-photocopy po. Tama tayo dyan. Good job. Amazing. Alright. Now here's the next one. Ito. Isang damukal na words binato sa inyo ni Sir DJ. We have sceneries, equipments, feedbacks, information, glasswares, knowledges, waters, educations, and evidences. What seems to be the problem with these words? Anong problema dyan? Anong mali natin dyan? Type it down para makita kong alam. Anong mali? Ha? Anong mali sa sceneries, equipments, feedbacks, informations? Xerox brand po ng photocopier from Hazel Lord Iran. Tama ka dyan, ma'am. Exactly. Tama po yan. Ayan. Collective noun, sceneries, equipments, feedbacks, information. Okay. Good point. Good point. Pwede. Ano pa? Come on. Sige lang, huwag kayo maiyak. Comment lang kayo dyan. As I have mentioned, speech class is a safe place, man. Come on. Pwede tayong magkamali dito. We will fix it. We're all on the same boat. Magtutulungan tayo lahat. Alright, sabi pa mga comments. Ano pa mga comments natin dyan? Ayan. Sorry. Ang dami ko na nakikita. Ang dami na. Now, nakakagulat man. These words, ano sabi? Walang S yan, no? Special noun, sabi ni Freddy. Walang S daw, sabi ni Sir Ariel. You're all right. Guys, some words don't have plural form. Okay? Lahat na tong words na to, hindi siya dapat merong S. Okay? We should never say sceneries. We should never say equipments, feedbacks, informations. Dapat singular. Scenery, equipment, feedback, information, glassware, knowledge, water, education, and evidence. S, no need. Without S na po dapat. Correct. Tama. Hindi na kailangan ng S dito. Ito guys, one thing I learned recently. The word shrimp. You know, shrimp, no? Yung kinakain natin. It doesn't have shrimps. Walang S form. Shrimp lang, mapa-singular or plural rather. Shrimp lang siya. Okay? We should never say shrimps. Pero usually sinasabi rin natin yan. Now, here, what's wrong with this? Traffic. Yan. Lagi nating naririnig yan. Sorry, I'm late. It was traffic. What seems to be the problem in this statement or in this word? Paano ba to? Tama ba yan? Okay, as I've said a while ago, all of the things that I will be showing you are wrong. So what's wrong with traffic? Sabi ni Sharon Katay na uncountable nouns or non-count nouns. Correct. Tama yan. There's no need. Okay. So come on guys. What's wrong here with the word traffic? A word that we often use as an excuse, honestly. Ginagamit natin yan, traffic, sobrang gas-gas na excuse na. Kahit yung bahay nyo, walking distance lang sa school, traffic pa din ang sinisisi. So what's wrong here? What's the matter here, guys? The word traffic. Come on, kayo mahiya. Type it down. Baka nahihiya pa kayo, ha? Come on, tayo lang to. Safe place, speech class, Talk Tuesday. Come on. Yan, may mga dumarating na answer. Okay, now, here's the thing, man. Traffic refers to the flow of vehicles on a road. So, ang ibig sabihin, yung traffic, kahit na walang mga sasakyan dyan, or pa isa-isa lang yung sasakyan na dumadaan dyan, traffic pa din yun. Okay, traffic pa din yun. Flow ng sasakyan, heavy or light, sabi ni Sir Ariel. Tama. Okay, so, if we're going to fix this statement, we can say, I'm sorry or sorry I'm late. There was a heavy traffic. Yan. Yung dahilan kung bakit ka na traffic. because of the fact that there is a heavy traffic. Hindi lang dahil sa traffic. Kasi no matter what you do, o dalawa, isang sasakyan ang dumadaan dyan, o isang damukal lang sasakyan ang dumadaan sa EDSA, it is still traffic. Alright? Next. Basically, like, okay, you know, I mean, what are these words? Okay. Mali ba? Mali ba yung mga yan? Anong mali dyan? Kailan siya nagiging mali? Alright? So, usually, naririnig natin to no, sa mga speakers natin, in our classmates, with our friends, na nakakausap natin. Parang, sabi nila, like, you know, like, this is what I do. You know, I mean this, that, I mean that. Basically, this is what I do. Right? So, what's the matter? What's the matter with these words? Dapat ba siyang gamitin sa ating conversation, sa speech? Sa speeches natin in and out the stage? Sometimes yes, but most of the time no. Okay? Why? Because these words are filler words. Okay? Actually, filler words does not mean anything. Okay? Wala siyang context na maibibigay sa mga statements mo. So, basically, people use, kagaya ng ginawa ko, basically, people use filler words as a time for them to think. Right? But, if we are going to deliver a presentation on stage, I suggest that we don't use filler words. Kasi, especially when the people who are listening to you are experts on the field, parang they will say na, he used the word basically. Maybe he is looking for some more time to think of it, to organize his thoughts. So these are filler words. Now, hindi lang filler words ang mga dapat natin iwasan. There are also filler statements or filler syllables. Ganyan. Minsan yung mga ano, especially in the Filipino, we say ano, right? Ano nga ba yun? Ay, parang ganito, ganyan. Those are filler words, filler statements. Okay? Good. Yung mga answers tayo dyan, no? Sabi ni Sir Hamil Q. Carvajal. So, yeah. G. Redundant fillers, pang dagdag words sa essay. Right, you're right. Yeah, minsan ginagawa pang dagdag words sa essay. Pero nga, sabi ko nga, your teachers know that you are using filler words. Okay? That your teachers know that you're using these words just so you can have more words in your essay. Okay, now here's the thing. We always say anyways, moving on to the new topic. Anyways, what's wrong with anyways? What's wrong with anyways? Like parang, like parang pare, tama, pinaghahalo pa, Filipino-English. Alright? Ayan, anyways, what's wrong with anyways? Ano dapat? Sabi ni Sir Hamil, exactly, man. It should only be anyway. Guys, tandaan nyo there is no word such as anyways. Walang anyways na salita. Anyway lang po. Okay? Now, question, Sir DJ. Why is it that anyway became anyways in the Philippines? Why? Because we Filipinos love S. It doesn't matter what S it is. We love S. Walang S. You are right. Lahat kayo nagko-comment. Galing. Very good. You know how to spot errors and mistakes. That's a good thing. Now, what about this? Stand up, sit down, color blue, not unless 12 midnight. So, come on. What's wrong with these? Ito, anong mali dito? Stubs. What's wrong with these, guys? We have stand up, sit down, color blue, not unless 12 midnight. These are just a few of these examples. Marami pang ganito. Pero ano ka sa tingin nyo ang mali dito, guys? Sabi ni Jericho Miguel, anyway lang po. Ito, stand up, sit down. Alright, sabi na, may nag-comment na, no? Any mores, any bodies? Pag tinanggap niyo yan, tanggapin niyo. You're right, exactly. Tama. If that's the case, kung tatanggapin ng anyways, then tama yung mga sinasabi ni Sir Ariel, dagdag natin yun. Okay, may nakakita na akong sagot. These statements violates the rule of redundancy, man. Paulit-ulit, di ba? Stand na, up pa. Sit na, down pa. Color na, blue pa. Di ba? Not na, unless pa. 12 na, midnight pa. Obviously, these words are, repeating the same thing. Okay? Ito, honestly, we Filipinos talaga tayo, hindi natin napapansin to. Di ba? Minsan sa school, no? Sabihin pa ng classmate mo, classmate, stand up. Diba? Redundant na yun, guys. What should we say instead of stand up? Huh? What should we say instead of stand up? Kylie Espinosa, good PM po. Hello. Hello sa'yo. Redundant, tama. So instead of stand up, we can say, please rise or please stand, right? Sit down. Instead of sit down, what should we say? Kasi sabi mo, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Instead of sit down, what should we say? Huh? Redundant po. Tama, redundant. Okay, so instead of sit down, we can say, what? Have a seat. Yeah, have a seat. Have a seat, take a seat, right? Color blue, instead of saying color blue, we should say blue, right? Don't say the word color, okay na yun. Blue na lang, okay na yun. Not unless, ayan, not unless. We say unless lang. Not unless, parang masyado ng ano yan. Masyado ng negative. 12 midnight, guys, there's only one midnight and that's 12. So, sabihin na natin midnight, okay na yan. Have a seat, yan. Repeat again, yan. Exactly, sabi ni Sir Ariel, no? Sabi niya, yung repeat again, yan. The epitome of redundant statement. Ayan, lagi natin sinasabi. Can you repeat that again? Right? Parang, what? What do you mean, man? So, parang ulit. Alright, so galing. Alam ang rule of redundancy. Very good. Now, I want you to keep this thought, guys. The reason we are committing those errors that we had a while ago is because we want to look good. We want to sound good in speaking. Kaya minsan, ginagamit natin yun, mga ganong statement, para ano mo yun, smart sounding tayo, para, uy, ginagamit niya yung not unless, parang talino ng dating. No. Remember, making mistakes is way better than faking perfection. We should not fake perfection. As I have mentioned before, the purpose of communication is to be understood, not to show off. All right? Less talk, less mistake. Ganun lang yun. All right? Next. Ang mga nauna nating lesson, tinatanong ko kayo, why are we so afraid to speak? Why are we afraid of speaking? Why are we so scared of speaking in front of a crowd? And it boils down to this. The main source of our fear is making mistakes. Okay? Kaya tayo takot magsalita ng English, especially in front of a crowd, is because we are afraid of committing mistakes. If we are afraid of making mistakes and errors. And what's worse is that hindi pa tayo nagsisimula. We anticipate that we will make mistakes. Parang inisip natin, oh no, bago pa mag-start tong speech na to, I'm sure may mga times na magkakamali ako. And because of that, guys, you're poisoning your own mind. Ikaw mismo ang lumalason sa isip mo, sinasabi mo na, I can't do this. Magkakamali lang ako. Because of that, wala na, rumble na yung thoughts mo. You cannot deliver your speech anymore. You cannot deliver your presentation in a very nice way anymore. Okay? Now, there was a man who is a television presenter, a comedian, actor, broadcaster, author, game show host, and a businessman. Okay? Di ba? Kita nyo naman, line up pa lang ng description sa taong to. Alam natin that this guy does not make any mistake. Right? On stage. Who's this guy? Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, Steve Harvey. Right? See, Steve Harvey is, honestly, in my opinion, is one of the best hosts I have seen ever in my life. But you know what happened, right? You know what happened with Steve Harvey? I'm sure you remember that. Filipinos will never forget that. Right? Tama? Diba? Parang, si Steve Harvey, kita niya yung, kung sino tong taong to. He's been in the industry for a really long time. Okay? He's used to speaking in front of a crowd. But what happened? He made a big mistake. He made a mistake, man. A clear proof, a living proof that everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Lahat tayo nagkakamali. Kahit gaano ka pa kagaling, darating yung time na magkakamali ka. And how will you deal with it? We'll talk about that for today. But remember this, before I continue with what should we do if ever we commit mistakes in our speeches, in our discovery, remember that not all mistakes are equal. Hindi lahat ng pagkakamali pantay-pantay. Nagaganda si sir, nag-speech class, tumalsik yung laway, nabulol, naipit yung dila or whatever. Mistake yun. Pero halimbawa, nagturo si Sir DJ ng maling content, yun, mas mabigat na mistake yun. Hindi po lahat ng mistake ay pare-parehas. So, let me just go back to this comment. It's midnight. Mind is powerful. Check 1 point. Steve, Harvey, Pio worse pa. Check a minute. Sabi ni Claude Domingo, hello papi, what's up? Good afternoon. So yan. Sabi ko nga, hindi lahat ng pagkakamali natin ay pare-parehas, right? Now, meron akong maliit na statements and if you can read that. It says, a slip of the tongue is okay. A slip of the tongue is like the typo of speaking. Typographical error of speaking. You can erase it, you can correct it. Slip of the tongue, what I mean to say here is that sometimes there are mispronunciations na parang di natin maiiwasan, nangyayari talaga. Especially to us Filipinos. Yung mga consonants na medyo hirap tayong bigkasin. P, F, B, V, T, T, H. Right? So may mga ganon. Ang slip of the tongue is okay. But, as I have mentioned, may mga mistakes na mahirap habulin, na mahirap bawiin in your delivery, in your presentation. Okay? So, ang talk natin dito is not just about students presenting reports on class, no? Minsan, tayo mga teachers, right? Okay, mga people in the corporate world, pag may pinapresent silang proposal or whatever, minsan nag-speak sila in front of a crowd, right? So, ito yung mga dapat natin tandaan. Now, one thing that you should remember, if ever you made a mistake, is to don't beat yourself up. Don't blame yourself too much. Huwag mo masyadong i-bombard sa sarili mo yung lahat ng sisi. Ang paulit-ulit na pagkakamali ay tanda ng hindi pagkatuto. Exactly! Sabi ni Sir Hamil Q. Carvajal, sabi nga na, people learn from their mistakes. But if you repeat your mistakes, clearly means that you don't learn. You did not learn, right? Tama yan. So, yung mga sinasabi niyo sa comments, good job, guys. Salamat sa mga supporting information. Now, tip number 1. Here's what I want you to do. Practice. As I always say, malaking bagay ang practice, guys. Before you step on stage, you have to make sure that you know what you're talking about. Kasi clearly, as people always say, you cannot give what you don't have. Hindi mo pwedeng ituro sa amin yung isang bagay na ikaw mismo di mo alam. Right? Hindi mo pwedeng ibigay sa mga tao na nakikinig sa'yo na here's what you should do. You should do this, you should do that, but you don't know what you're talking about. That's a big no, right? Now, when you practice, you master your piece, right? It doesn't mean that you have to memorize everything. You master the flow of your piece, the cohesion that is within your piece from one sentence or one paragraph to the other. Right? Alam mo dapat yan, yung flow niyan. Okay, pwede mag-cue cards? Yes, definitely, pwede mag-cue cards. But then when you go on stage, ditch that. As I have mentioned in the last episode, or in the last session, sabi ko, go off-road, man. Explore, but don't go off too much. Okay? Tip number 2, sorry. Under practice, try to practice with distractions. Kasi minsan, tayo when we practice, ginagawa natin, sarili lang natin, right? And then, blah, 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 this and that, reading the speech, or presenting the speech, speaking to your mind, speaking out loud. Try to practice it in a different setup. Bakit ka magpa-practice with distractions, Sir DJ, kung pwede ka naman mag-practice sa katahimikan? Why? Because when you step on stage, there will be distractions. So sabi ko nga, when you practice, you make a simulation of what's to happen in the actual speech. Parang ginagaya mo na ganito yung mangyayari. So dapat, you anticipate things that you are not expecting. Halimbawa, di ba, nagre-report kayo sa klase, naalala niyo yun, nagre-report kayo sa klase, tapos nagpapatawa yung classmate niyo, make face or ginagaya ka or what. Nangyari, nung na-distract ka, wala na, right? But if you practice with these kinds of distractions, expecting that things like that will happen, tingin mo maapektuhan ka ng distractions sa klase. Wala, hindi. No much na sa'yo yun, right? Another thing, this happens to me. And I'm sure with all the hosts out there, sound check, guys. Yung pag nandun ka na sa location, you have to come maybe at least 30 minutes early. Bakit? Sound check ka. Kasi pagdating mo dun sobrang confident mo, hindi mo na check yung sound system or you sound bad pala. Yung dating pala ng boses mo sa microphone, iba. Wala na. Mahirap na ayusin yun. Kakain na ng oras yun. Okay? Right, so remember these tips. Tip number 2. Accept your mistake. I know this statement sounds, difficult, mahirap. But once you accept your mistake, it gives you an instant sense of relief. Parang, ay, nagkamali ako. Sorry guys, sorry. What I mean to say is, di ba, Parang, kasi pag hindi mo binawi yon, ano mangyayari? Pag hindi mo tinanggap yung pagkakamali mo in your delivery, iisipin mo yun hanggang dulo ng presentation mo. Naku, parang mali yata yung nasabi ko kanina. Hindi ko man lang na-correct. Diba? Parang ang bigat na ng feeling mo throughout the presentation. Okay? Now, another thing, don't just say your acceptance. Feel it. When you make a mistake, on stage, and online maybe, pag may mga online presentations kayo kagaya nito, right? Pag sinabi mo lang, ay sorry, nagkamali ako doon, guys. Here's the right thing to do it. Okay? Okay yun. Okay, that's good. But you have to feel that you really accept your mistake. Para saan? In that way, you will learn and you will never do the same mistake again. Kagaya sabi ni Sir Hamil Q. Carvajal, kapag ka nagkamali ka at inulit mo, hindi ka natututo. Right? It may be difficult. Kahit hindi sa speech, no? Kahit sa buhay. In our lives, it is very difficult, it is very hard to accept our mistakes. But at the end of the day, it's very, very much worth it. Okay? Pag pinangatawan mo yung mali mo, hindi mo yung tinama. Mali pa rin yun. And it will remain that way. Tip number 3, take responsibility. As I mentioned a while ago, si Steve Harvey, kung naalala niyo kung paano niya tinama yung mali niya nung sa Miss Universe, nagkamali si Steve Harvey doon, right? Nabasa niya yung Colombia, I think, instead of Philippines. And then, ano sabi niya? I take full responsibility. It is my fault. It is in the card, whatever he is reading from. Talagang tinanggap niya na mali niya yun, guys. Bakit? Because if you begin to blame others at the moment you make a mistake or there's something wrong, agaya sabi ko kanina, nag-sound check ka, sablay yung microphone, sablay yung sound system, isisihin mo yung technical team. No. It instantly damages your credential, bro. Your credibility. Sira agad yun. Kasi you can't deal with your own problems, you can't deal with your own mistakes. That's a bad thing. Remember, the moment you step on stage, the audience automatically think that you are the leader and they will listen to you. Nandun ka sa stage, sa taas ka, sila nakaupo. Siyempre, merong agad psychological effect yun na parang, oy, ano to, we should listen to this guy, he's on the stage. Right? And the moment you step on the stage, leader ka kaagad. But if you blame others, wala na. They will lose trust and disrespect you pagka nagsimula ka mag-blame ng iba. Kasi you can deal with your own mistakes. Right? Guys, when you admit your mistake, it doesn't mean that you're wrong, you're stupid. It means that you know that you made a mistake. Right? Alam mo na mali ka then accept it. Now, when you have accepted your mistake, you have taken responsibility of your mistake, keep calm and smile. Okay? Act normal. Pero not to the point na parang deadmine mo na lang. Kagaya nang nangyayari dyan sa picture natin sa presentation ni Sir. No? Parang you're smiling, pero the audience notices that parang yung smile niya hindi comfortable. Pinipilit niya yung smile. No? Remember, studies show that smiling gives you a happy mindset, guys. Kahit, imagine niyo, try niyo guys. Mukhang baliw lang. Try niyo. Pag malungkot ka, mag-smile ka. You laugh at your own self, man. Right? Smiling, it's a muscle movement, but it gives your mind somehow like a magic trick na parang when you have a problem, when you're sad and whatever, a simple smile can make yourself happy, right? It helps you stay composed. The moment na parang nagkamali ka, tapos nawala yung smile mo, the audience can read that. As I've mentioned before, only 8% of your content ang kinoconsider ng audience. The rest is your look and your body, your movement, your gestures. Remember to make the audience see your teeth, not your sweat. Pag nakita nilang pawis na nervous ka na dyan, takot ka na sa ginagawa mo, malam nila yun. Alright? Next. Make a joke about it. Okay? As I've mentioned, humor may not work for everyone, but if you make fun of your own mistakes, it lightens up the mood. You know, humor can diffuse the situation. Na may nagkamali ka, may nasabi kang hindi maganda, yung kaba mo, and you make fun of your own mistake, yung ginawa mo na lang humor, ginawa mo na lang joke, yung pagkakamali mo. You know what? The audience will focus on what you're saying more. Mas makikinig sila. Kasi ay, yung nakakatawa yung sinasabi niya, nagkamali siya, tapos Galing. Na paano niya naipasok yun, di ba? If you put, humor is a very, very powerful tool. Okay? Ano lang, parang, pag ginahin mo lang yung pagkakamali mo as jokes, parang yung mga ginagawa natin. No? Ay, sorry, nabulol ako, tanga-tanga lang. Well, you might sound like you're saying bad things to yourself, but actually, you're making fun of what you did. Because of that, people will realize that, he admits his mistake. He's so humble about it. Ginagawa na lang niya joke. But, ito, tatandaan niyo. If you make a joke about it, if you make a mistake, learn to apologize. And if possible, explain what happened kung bakit ka nagkamali. Right? In the world that we're living in right now, it is very nice to be negative. You know what I mean? But always stay positive. Bakit? Pagka guys, nagkamali kayo, tapos parang inano mo yung sarili mo lalo. Parang sinisi mo sarili mo lalo. Wala na. Masasayang oras mo dun sa speech. Right? Be man enough. Happy ka, Children DJ Sanjak. Yes, I am. Crack a joke. Skilled din sa speech yung segue ng joke. Tama yan. Totoo yan. Kapag ka nakakaya mong singitan ng humor, ang mga sinasabi mo on stage, kaya sinabi ko last time, pag nagja-joke ka sa kalagitnaan ng stage mo, yung unexpected yung pattern, ang audience, nakatutok sa'yo. Bakit? Kasi inaabangan nila yung joke mo. Pero without them realizing na inaabangan nila yung joke mo, and in the process, they're listening. Nakikinig sila kasi inaabangan nila yung joke, pero tinatanggap nila ngayon yung important parts. Right? Remember that. Next. Ito. Honorable mention. Never, ever fish for sympathy. Wag na wag mong gagawin yan. Okay? Sabi ko nga kanina, the moment you step on stage, you become the leader of the hall, right? And the leader image that you establish will be ruined if you fish for sympathy. Ano ba yung fishing for sympathy? When you say these things to yourself, OMG, I'm a loser. I never get anything, right? I'm really not good at this. Parang kapag sinabi mo ito sa sarili mo, parang ang nangyayari, you want the audience to feel bad about what happened. You want the audience to feel bad about what you did. Yung parang gusto mo marinig na sa kanila na sabihin, okay lang yan, it's okay. Next time, ayusin na lang. No, man, don't do that. Nawawala na yung leader cred mo, yung leader image na ginawa mo kanina. Wala na, parang ano ka na lang, parang kapag nakuha ka na lang ng sympathy ng audience, papaawa ka na lang, right? Wala na yung authority that was given to you the moment you were given the opportunity to speak in front of a crowd. Right? Sabi dito, pasensya na kayo, di ako gaanong magaling sa Filipino. Pasensya na kayo, di ako. Man. Well, yun nga, do not fish for sympathy. Don't do that. Okay? Kailangan, the moment you were given a chance to speak, hawakan mo na yung authority na binigay sa'yo. Pangatawanan mo na yun. And that authority, that chance that you were given is an opportunity to have an impact to other people's lives. So, ganun po yun. Remember this. People will not judge your speaking mistake, but the way you recover from it. Right? Pagka nagkamali ka ng konti, tapos naka-recover ka, tingin mo ano yung matatandaan nila? Yung pagkakamali mo or yung recovery mo sa mistake na ginawa? Of course, they will remember the way you recovered from your mistake. Halimbawa, nabulol ka, nasabi mo, flower instead of flower. For example, there was a flower on the there was a flower on the vase. See? Na-mask na nung pag-recover mo from your mistake yung nauna mong pagkakamali. It sounds correct na. People will forget about the mistake that you did. Instead, they will focus on how you dealt with your mistake. Okay? Handaan yan, guys. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Napakadaling itama ng correction natin. Pero what if, Sir DJ, ang mistake natin, tumagal at nakalimutan natin. Sabi ko nga kanina, if you will be given a chance to apologize and to explain, grab it. Okay? Don't let the wrongs be wrong forever. Okay? Itama natin ang mga mistakes. Now, Roy T. Bennett, he once said that it takes gut and humility to admit mistakes. Okay? Admitting we're wrong is courage, not weakness. Okay? May mga tao na because of the credential that they have created, the image that they have created as a speaker or as a host or whatever, or as a presenter, parang lumaki yung ego nila na to the point na hindi na nila kayang tumanggap ng mistake. Na hindi na nila kayang ma-realize yung sarili nilang pagkakamali. But remember that when we admit our wrongdoings, our mistakes, it's a very brave thing to do. It is not weakness. The moment na parang tinanggap mo yung pagkakamali mo, hindi yun weakness. Actually, parang, mali ako, okay lang yan, ayusin ko next time. It's courage. Mahirap tumanggap ng pagkakamali. Pasensya na. Alright. So yun. Yun nga guys. Huwag nating patagalin to para magta-time na ata ako. It's 5:56. Okay? Now, may mga questions ba tayo? I still have 4 minutes. Yeah. So si Roy T. Bennett, tandaan yan guys. It is never wrong to admit that you are wrong. Okay? So you always have the chance to correct yourself. Tutor DJ, ano pong kaibahan ng error at mistake? Sir Ariel? Okay, well, if we are going to talk about error and mistake, in context, magkakaiba yan sa the way they are used. The way they are used, no? Mistake is usually aksidente. Okay? Parang di mo sinasadya. Okay? Sir Ariel, sorry, ngayon wala nakita yung question mo. Kapag ka sinabi natin mistake, no? Parang, di ko sadya, nagkamali ako. Yun yun. Okay? But when we say error, yun yung parang nangyayari ang error if you don't have enough knowledge of what you're saying. Yes niyo? Parang, halimbawa, I made a mistake by pronouncing this wrong. Yung parang, aksidente lang dahil slip of the tongue. Yeah, slip of the tongue. Mistake yun, mistake. Mistake, sorry, it's an honest mistake. But if an error happens, if context-wise, nagkamali ka na. Halimbawa, sabi mo, verbs are words that are used to describe. No, yun. Error na yun. Kasi the reason you said that is because you don't have enough information about what you say. Okay? Yung error, mas due to lack of knowledge. Mistake is accidental. Okay? So parang, di ko sadya, mistake, di ko alam, error. Yan. So yun. Ganun yung difference po nila. Thank you very much, Sir Ariel, sa question. Nakakatuwa. Na nagpa-participate kayo sa akin. So shout out sa mga nagpa-participate ngayon, Sir Hamil, Freddy, Sir Ariel, Claude, lahat kayo dyan. Thank you so much for being with me in our ETUlay session in the speech class ngayong Talk Tuesday. So I hope marami po kayong natutunan ngayong araw, and I hope na-enjoy nyo ang ating mini fun session, very, very light session, chill na session na pakikipagkwentuhan. Lemoka, chill spill. Sir Ariel, yan, favorite flavor ni Sir Ariel ng chill spill, Lemoka. Alright, while we're at it, meron pa akong 1 minute, I'll use it to promote, manood tayo ng DepEd TV at ang mga episodes ng ating mga teacher broadcasters from all the grade level, from kinder to senior high school. Manood po tayo palagi. Ayan. Tapos, supportahan natin ang mga teachers natin. And of course, definitely, we will learn from them. Manood po tayo ng DepEd TV episodes. And of course, huwag natin kakalimutang supportahan din, syempre, ang ating mga mahuhusay at malulupit na ETUlay tutors dito sa ating ETUlay na ginagawa natin. Alright? So, hindi lang si Sir DJ sa Talk Tuesday ang dapat nating tutukan. there are other teachers. Yeah, panoorin natin silang lahat, and definitely, man, we will learn from them. Kahit hindi kayo in the same grade level na pinanonood nyo, alam nyo, promise, may matututunan pa rin kayo. And tomorrow is same time, ganito 5:20 ay kay Sir Hamil Carvajal naman, manood naman tayo ng gramatikang Filipino. Yan, pagtuturuan natin yan. So counterpart ni Sir DJ is si Sir Hamil. Bukas naman, mag-aaral tayo ng Filipino grammar. Alright? So as I've said, sana marami kayong tutunan from Makati Elementary School. Dito ako ngayon. So I hope you enjoyed it and you were able to get this. Sana magkita-kita tayo muli sa next meeting natin. Don't forget, tomorrow at 5:20, punta tayo kay Sir Hamil Carvajal para sa klase sa gramatika. Alright? Maraming salamat. Keep safe and see you again in the next one. See you next Talk Tuesday. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Thank you. Good night.